The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Good evening, everyone, from Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School in Lexington. Welcome to our broadcast of the Girls 11th Region Championship game. Tonight, it's a matchup of Madison Central against Frederick Douglass. I'm Keith Elkins, alongside former Division I head coach and former Wildcat Sean Woods. And Sean, both of these teams have had outstanding seasons. It's no great surprise that either one is here. But in the case of Frederick Douglass, it's been a bit of a turnaround over the last couple of years for Coach Moberly.
No doubt about it. And DJ Moberly's done a miraculous job. And I'm going to give you a couple nuggets, Keith, right, about this young man and the success he's had in such a short amount of time. Took over a team that had lost 20-plus games the 3 years before he took the head job. Last 3 years, 20-plus wins and 3 straight 11 regional finals. Can't beat that. Schedules 12-plus of the state's top 20 teams every year. Continues to win this year after losing 3 starters off of last year's team and his top player, three-point shooter this year, the last regular season game of the year. Regional runner-up team, 1 to graduate, 2 would be seniors that chose to transfer even after starting every game last year. Ever since he's been here, Douglass has been the darling of the 11th region.
And Madison Central, of course, an outstanding season this year, 28-2. One of those losses was to Douglass, which adds an extra element of interest to tonight's game.
No doubt about it. DJ Moberly has put his mark in this area as far as being one of the young, good coaches, that's the up-and-coming coaches in this area. But he's going against another guy who's only in his 3rd season, is Scott True, who's done a great job also winning 69, going 69-21, and was also Coach of the Year. But it also helps when you got the Region Player of the Year and Natalia Strader.
Right. Yeah, Strader is having a great year. Just talked with Coach a few minutes ago. He likes her defense. She's a complete player, too, but she's the scorer and the one that really makes him go.
No doubt about it. And she's going to have to be the one who handles Douglass's pressure because it's always nonstop. Not only do they have their own great player in Jaylee Knowles, who's the 2nd leading scorer in the region, but they got an 8th grader that Natalia Strader has to go head-to-head with, who's been really, really good thus far also, and Tamia Wade.
All right, great matchups and some individual star power, and we'll have more on our pregame show in just a moment as the 11th Region Championship game is coming up on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a 4-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Talking with Coach Scott True of Madison Central, and Coach, has been an outstanding year for your team, obviously, but even the best of teams that got off to the greatest of starts will make progress during the year. Tell me about the development of this team from the beginning of the season to now.
Well, I think we got a lot better getting to the rim, doing some things. We had a lot of games. We had more points in the paint than we had at the three-point line, which not very many people thought we would do. That's something we had to do better at, and we did that. And also, I think we've progressed defensively as the year's gone on. So those two things combined have allowed us to have a pretty good year.
And you have a very special player in Natea Strader. I mean, obviously she's got a lot of help, but she is a great individual player. Tell me about what makes her so good and what she contributes to your team.
Well, I think it's her versatility. She can hurt you from the three-point line. She's 5'0", but she plays 6 foot tall. She can get inside and hurt you. So I think being able to hurt people both ways. But on top of that, people miss. She's a really good defender. And that's true for most of our group. But just that versatility makes her awfully tough to deal with.
And when you say she's a good defender, and most of them are, that's something the coach really appreciates, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. In day and age, when everybody sits over and counts points, we count deflections and steals and points off turnovers, and we've got to do that again tonight.
And I was going to ask you, what the game would look like if it's going your way, but apparently a fast-paced transition and force some turnovers if you can.
Yeah, I think both teams want to play fast. I think the thing for us is going to be the turnovers and the boards. If we can keep the boards even and then win the turnover battle, that's what we got to have tonight if we're going to do this.
As you look back over the calendar, sometimes teams will run into each other again in the tournament. In this case, you've already met Douglas this year, and one of only 2 losses for your team. So how do you refer to that game when talking to your team, or do you refer to it at all?
Well, we did. We looked at it. We watched the last game. We've watched them. I'm sure they've watched us a bunch. We try to pick out things that we didn't do well, and it was a good game. It was a great high school game. Both teams, I thought, played well. So we've got to, we missed a lot of free throws that game, but a key for that, we got free throws that game. And I think that's going to be a key for us tonight is to get back to the free throw line.
And you've touched on some of these things, no doubt, but what's at the top of the list priority-wise that you have to do to win this one?
We have to take care of the basketball. You cannot give them live ball turnovers. They score way too much on that. They're going to get enough off their athleticism and the things that they do. We've got to limit our turnovers tonight. And if we're going to make a turnover, let's make it when it's going out of bounds or we're doing something aggressive.
All right. Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll be right back on Glycott.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. Glad to have you with us on Glycod this evening. I'm Keith Elkin. Sean Woods alongside. Chris LeBar is our producer tonight. And John Strange is our camera operator as we get ready for the big matchup between Frederick Douglass and Madison Central. So let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game. They are presented by Tech 24. Seeking a fresh start to your career? Tech 24 is a commercial food service repair company that is hiring in Lexington. For more information, contact Brad Wilson at 864-549-8344. Sean, about those keys tonight.
I tell you what, in this matchup here, there's two contrasting styles. Both of them are very, very similar. For Madison Central, first of all, Natalia Strader will have to play strong and aggressive, navigating her way through Douglas's pressure. 2, they have to match Douglas's intensity all game long because Douglas is not going to stop doing what they do. Number 3, must look to score once they break the press. Can't continue to get back on their heels once they get across half court because Douglas will press you all the way from end to end. Number 4, got to compete on the boards. You know, they both play the same style of play, but they got to meet Douglas's intensity in chasing down balls. And number 5, use their size, especially on the wings, to their advantage, Keith. Now, as far as Douglas is concerned, they got to make it a track meet from the start. Got to pose their will and let Madison Central know that you're going to play our style of play. Let's see who's the best at this style of play. Number 2, got to make their layups when they get them, especially off of forced turnovers. Number 3, can't get in foul trouble. You know, they really can't. And Jaylee knows, even though she's pretty much the only post player and their leading rebounder, she's got to be able to stay in the basketball game without fouling. Number 4, must rebound the ball. Can't just rely on those to get it. It's got to be a total team effort. And number 5, got to make shots, and mainly free throws coming down the stretch.
All right, those are tonight's keys to the game as Madison Central and Frederick Douglass go at it for the Girls 11th Region Championship. This broadcast is authorized by Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School and the 11th Region with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. We'll continue with our pregame report in just a moment. We'll hear from Coach DJ Moberly right after this on Glycod.
Year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Here with Coach DJ Moberly, head women's basketball coach for the Douglas Lady Broncos. Coach, regional finals, you made it again.
Yeah, we did, man. Man, great to be here. We're happy to be here. Man, just proud of the girls, man.
Going against Madison Central, you've beaten them twice. Beaten them once, I'm sorry. Kind of close game. I think you beat them by 4 or 6 or something like that. What has to be done to make sure you get this one in a relevant fashion?
Well, I think at times, man, we take too many breaks at times. So I think tonight, man, we just got to stay consistent, stay disciplined, limit their second chances and their runouts that they like to do.
You had a great night the other day, a dominant performance. What has to be done tonight from a mental standpoint from Tamia Wade, Jaleel Knowles, and the rest of the crew?
I think I just had to let the game come to them. Don't rush anything. Stay poised. And like I said, man, just try to execute tonight. Come with the same energy that we did the other night. And try to rebound, get our hand on the ball again. And that's, try to create turnovers off our defense.
Playing them for a second time and scouting them, I'm sure you've been watching them for the last couple of days. What kind of things that they present to you that can give you problems tonight?
I think they move well without the ball. They play off of Tabor. She's a good passer. I feel like she is a good passer when she catches in the paint. So we got to stay at home, stay disciplined, not gamble, watch for the backdoor cuts, and just try to stay solid on D, man, and communicate.
I know one of your things that's really gotten you through your style of play, and that's really keeping pressure on the other team for the duration of the game, which kind of wears them down. Is that going to be one of the things that you continue to do, especially in this game?
Yeah, we will. We stick to what we do, what we know. We will, add in and we'll change it up at times. But we will try to stick to what we know and just try to bring pressure, man, and just try to create some havoc out there.
Well, Coach, one more before the Sweet 16. You get to cut down these nets because ain't no more games. It's to Tuesday. Make Dunbar pay for some new nets for the boys' championship on Tuesday night. Really looking forward to it. What you think?
Hey, we're excited about it, man. Hopefully we the one coming out tonight, man, and cutting down some nets.
Well, Coach, tell you what, everybody in Lexington is watching you. proud of you. Continue to make everybody proud, my brother.
Hey, appreciate that, man, and hopefully we're making Lexington proud.
And we'll be back with Glycod in just a moment.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Back at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School, let's take a look at the starting lineups now. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Roosters, a fun, casual place, and a great place to watch tonight's game on Glycod. Visit any of their 3 Central Kentucky locations or order online at roosterswings.com. First for Madison Central, we'll see number 2, Cameron Ritterkoff. And then she'll be joined by number 11, Brittany Campbell, number 13, Jordan Miles, number 15 is Brooke Campbell, and number 21 is Natea Strader. And Strader leads the way for Madison Central with that average of nearly 18 points and 5 rebounds a game. And now for the Frederick Douglass Broncos, it'll be Reagan Gregonis, number 0, and she'll be joined in the starting lineup by Tamia Wade, who wears number 4. Peyton Okerley is number 5. McKaylee Bennett, number 11, and Jaylee Knowles is number 23, and she leads the way for the Broncos with nearly 18 points and nearly 10 rebounds a game. Sean, any quick thoughts on those starting lineups and those matchups?
No doubt about it. Everybody counted Douglas out when Kate Baker went out, the city's leading three-point shooter and the third leading scorer on the team. But once Peyton Oakley was installed into the starting lineup, it's like they took off even more. They became more athletic, became more quicker. The press became much more. And then once Reagan Gregonis started to make threes, she took the place from an offensive standpoint. of Kate Baker by shooting the basketball like she has. So if Douglas can continue to get that type of production, it would be, a tough night for Madison Central. But for Madison Central, Natalia Strader, she's the straw that stirs the coffee, but she's got a great supporting a great supporting cast with Cam Renderikoff, Brittany Campbell, and Jordan Miles.
All right, we're coming up on game time. Madison Central and Frederick Douglass for the girls' 11th Region Championship. We'll be right back on Glycod.
John Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Just about set for game time. We'll be right back with the start of the game in just a moment.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
John Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
We are back at Dunbar High School. Glad to have you with us on Glycod tonight as we get the introductions of the starting lineups to the crowd. Fans gathering here at Dunbar High School after a big day of basketball with boys regional semifinals in the 11th region played earlier today. And Sean, you've seen a lot of basketball even today, but this is a big one tonight, and the introduction of the lineups, the drama leading up to it, if you're a player, this is pretty special.
No doubt about it, and I was fortunate enough to be at the first game where Frederick Douglass played Madison Central and beat them 64-58. I tell you what, there was some intriguing numbers going on in that basketball game. Back then, Tamil Wade, the 8th grader, had 14 points, 2 assists. Jaylee Knowles had 27 points and 14 rebounds. And on the other end, Madison Central, Cam Renderikoff had 11 points and 5 rebounds. Brittany Campbell had 15 points, and Natalia Strader had 21 points and 5 assists. So it's going to be a tough nip and tuck game, just like the others have been thus far in the 11th Region Boys semifinal game. I don't expect anything less than a very exciting game with this one also.
We've talked a lot about Natalia Strader already, but one of the things that we should reiterate is that she's only 5'4", and so she plays big, as her coach has said, and does a lot of different things to help them win.
No doubt about it. And with that 5'4" frame, She was the player, the region 11th region player of the year. And she's got a foe that she's got to go against tonight, which is only an 8th grader, and Tamia Wade, who's probably one of the most intriguing and talented guards in all of the state of Kentucky, not just in the 8th grade, but as in high school, period. She goes to play high school basketball, and then fortunate enough, she's got to go back to middle school with her friends. But she's a big-time player, plays way beyond her age, and I'm looking for a great night from her again tonight.
One final meeting of the Madison Central players there with Scott True as they break their huddle there on the floor, and we are just about set to tip this one off. We hope you enjoy it on Glycott. Douglas in the white uniforms with the orange numerals, and Madison Central in the blue uniforms with the red numerals and lettering. Madison Central 28-2 on the year. Frederick Douglass 24-7, and we are set for tip-off, and we are underway in the girls 11th region championship game. Douglas will have the first possession. Bennett with it, and then on the left wing it goes.
Madison Central comes out man-to-man, trying to show a little pressure.
McKaylee Bennett, they call her MK. She's got it on the right side. Now it goes to the top. Tamia Wade driving down the left side of the lane, lays it in.
She starts the game off. The young lady is magnificent, just an 8th grader.
Pressure right away from Douglas.
Now, Madison, there you go. Madison Central's got to make sure they don't come out and start on a bad note, because Douglas can jump out on you very, very quick.
Scott True mentioned that in his pregame comments. Just don't give them the transition buckets, because they'll make plenty on their own with their athleticism and skills, and you don't want to hand them any opportunities.
Well, they just handed them one right there, the first possession of the game for them.
Here's Bennett down the right side.
Douglas is going to swing it around, looking for Jalee Knowles, but this young lady right here can make plays. And Tamia Wade.
Bonus, good touch from outside. She's got it.
I tell you what, she's taken the place of Kate Baker as far as shooting threes for this team lately. Ever since Kate Baker's been out, she's been the one who's making threes. Great execution versus the pressure right there by Madison Central.
Brittany Campbell with the basket.
They have to do a lot more of that.
It's a 5-2 Douglas lead in the very early going in the first quarter. Tamia Wade fires away. Got it. Got the three. Wow.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this game, this young lady is one of the premier basketball players in the state of Kentucky, and she's only in the 8th grade.
Madison Central operating to try to get something against that Douglas defense. A shot from the corner is good. That's a three for Ritterkoff.
I'll tell you what, that's one person on Madison Central's team you can't leave open. She's shooting 43% from the three and averaging 16 points a game.
An 8-5 lead now for Douglas. Fans are very much into this one.
Madison Central comes out in the zone.
Or near steal. Douglas has got it back. The shot from the corner is good. That's Wade again.
She's on fire. I'm telling you right now, if there's a young lady in the 8th grade that's better than this young lady, I want to see her.
Now a walking call in backcourt. Back to Douglas it goes.
That's what Douglas does to you from a defensive standpoint. They just keep constant pressure on you and just keep you uncomfortable.
And the pass comes into Bennett. 5'1" junior handling the ball out front.
She had a really nice game last game in the district semifinals. Regional semifinals.
Off to a quick start scoring-wise in this game. Underneath, and another basket for Douglas. That's Peyton Okerley with the layup and the two.
Well, that's what happens when Tamia Wade hits 2 threes. They come out and stretch the zone, and Peyton Okerley got a chance to sneak in there right in the middle of the paint and get an open basket. Great start for Douglas.
The foul was on Strader. We come to a timeout. 13-5 the score. Douglas on top. We'll be right back on Glycott.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Lycod.
Back at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School, Sean, a quick start for Frederick Douglass and for Madison Central. A couple of things have happened already that they just did not want to have happen.
Well, throwing the ball, first possession out of bounds, allowed Douglas just to amp up the defense even more, and then Tamil Wade with 2 big-time threes and a bucket, a big-time drive also.
Pass deflected out of bounds. Our officiating crew tonight, Terrence Moorman, Christy Boylan, and Edward Logston. And our alternate is Craig Sandover. And Tamia Wade, who is really off to a great start, handles the ball for Douglas.
She just plays with such good poise and pace.
Bennett back to Wade. Inside it goes. Knowles comes back out with it. Wade starts to the lane, puts it up going by, and a blocking foul.
Great drive right there by Tamil Wade. If that's on Natalia Strader, you said she got it. She fouled the first time. That might be her second. Oh, it's her first.
No, it is her second.
This is her second?
Yeah, they just put it up there. It's her second foul, and so that's a big development for Madison Central as well.
Already. She can't go out this quick.
Wade got the good touch at the free throw line, too.
Into the game for Madison Central is Tiana Long.
Second one in and out. Madison Central has it. Trying to attack that Douglas defense. Already down by 9. Scramble for the ball. Comes over in the corner now to Ritterkoff, who drives the baseline. Got an opening in there, but missed the shot. And the rebound tapped outside. Gregonis is going to go get it for Frederick Douglass.
Great defense right there by Douglas.
There's Knowles underneath, had it taken away. And the Indians come away with it.
Great defense right there by Brooke Campbell.
Now a foul as Brittany Campbell tried to drive the lane. Wade picked up the foul.
Yeah, Douglas has to be smart. They have to create pressure without fouling. And they've been good at that thus far this year.
Madison Central with Brooke Campbell. Bounce pass inside to Ritterkoff. Lots of defense in there. And a whistle. And the held ball will keep it in the hands of Madison Central.
Douglas just looks like they got about 10 people out there on defense with all the hands that comes down on you once you get a paint touch.
It really feels like that once you get the ball inside, doesn't it? It feels like they've got some extra people out there. Very aggressive on the defensive end for Douglas. Miles with it. Being patient, and now a deflection and a steal. Here's Bennett driving for the basket. Gives it off on the left side, and the basket by Okerley.
You cannot turn the ball over like that against Douglas. They will make you pay. They score so fast.
There's Knowles with a deflection. They are really turning up the pressure.
Yes, they are. DJ's not. He's leaving no room for error right here with the energy and effort that they're starting this game with.
Pass comes into Miles. She's tracked by 2 defenders. Got it across the line to Brittany Campbell, down to Ritterkoff. Made a nice fake and a good move, but swatted away by Jaylee Knowles.
Big time block by Jaylee Knowles. Cam Kinderkoff thought she had an easy layup after she gave Jaylee that head fake.
Yeah, she had a step, it looked like, but Knowles able to make up the difference and got the block.
That's the athleticism throughout this whole team that DJ has for Douglas's women.
Bounce pass inside at the feet, and that's going to be picked off by Gregonis. Gives it off to Bennett, driving for the basket. She is fouled.
They just turn turnovers in the bucket so fast on you.
That was on Brittany Campbell, her first. Third on the team in this quarter. Bennett sinks the free throw.
Mikala Bennett shooting 60% from the free throw line. Another person averaging around 8 points a game, shooting almost 50% from the field. She's had a great game early in the year against Franklin County, scored 19 points, and she's got a double-double under her belt too this year.
17-5 now. Bennett gets them both. And again, they put the pressure on in backcourt. This time they clear it to Ritterkoff. Long one from out front. Not there for Campbell. And Broncos come the other way with it, leading 18-5. The drive by Wade, taking it to the basket, knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. It'll go back to Douglas.
She just has so much in her bag from a ball handling standpoint. That was 2 great crossover dribbles going different directions, getting all the way to the paint.
Inbounds pass comes in deep. Now Bennett has it.
Natalia Strader came back in the game. Coach said, I got to get my stud back.
It's starting to get away from him just a bit. It's a 13-point lead, and Douglas really keeping the pressure on. Here's a move inside. No good for Miami King, who's in the ball game for Douglas.
Miami King came off the bench the other day and had great production.
Strader looking there beyond the arc. There's a backdoor cut, and Ritterkoff with the layup.
Great backdoor cut by Cam Ritterkoff.
Brings him back to within 11. Now bounce pass inside by King, stolen away. And Ritterkoff has it taken away from behind. Here is Gregonis in front court for Douglas.
You cannot relax against this Douglas Lady Bronco team.
They back it out of there now with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. An 11-point lead for Douglas on the board. And they can be patient when they need to be.
Horns action right here, trying to get Jaylee Knowles in one-on-one situation.
She's got to drive down the left side of the lane, and King came up with the loose ball and is fouled as she tried to put it back up.
Those are one of the things that Coach Scott True was talking about. Got to keep Douglas off the offensive glass. Unfortunately, they didn't that time, and now Miami King's going to the line for 2.
Brooke Campbell committed the foul. King in and out with that first free throw. Jordan Miles back into the ball game for Madison Central. And the second one by King is there.
Douglas is back in their full court pressure.
This time they get it into offensive court. And the shot off the right side, no good for Long. Under a minute to go first quarter. Strader got rid of it before the double team could catch up with her.
Strader's penetrating. She's telling her teammates to move.
Brooke Campbell in some trouble. Gets rid of it. Now Brittany Campbell on the drive is fouled as she goes for the basket.
That's what Madison Central has to do on a consistent basis. They have to attack Douglas's pressure. They can't be back there passing the ball around, staying on their heels, being passive. They got to stay in attack mode.
King picks up the foul. That is her first. And the second on Douglas. And now the free throw missed. Substitution for Frederick Douglass. We get Nia Carr into the ball game, number 1. There's the shot, it's good. Leaves the score at 19-8 after Brittany Campbell made the free throw. And now in the final half minute, Douglas comes up with a chance to extend that 11-point lead.
Tell you what, Madison Central's going to a 1-2-2.
Almost a steal, but deflected back into the hands of Knowles.
1-2-2 half-court extended trap. Gave Douglas some problems a little bit.
And there's a deflection as they tried to make the pass into the lane. Pass up court, also deflected and then stolen. Here comes Bennett with 5 seconds to go. Down the lane, missed the shot. King battles for it. It'll be a held ball. That'll be with 0.4 seconds. Oh, no, there's a foul call. Thought they'd called a held ball.
Wow.
Brittany Campbell picks up her second foul.
Tough play right there for Madison Central. I thought it was just a tough scramble for the ball. I didn't see a foul there. Now Miami Kings going to the line for 1-1, I think.
They're up to the bonus. 2 shots for King, so she'll get another try here after missing the first one. And Miami King back to the line, 5'9" junior, 47% free throw shooter. Is he going to go in? Nope. Falls off to the right side, and there's the end of the quarter. So we come to the end of one quarter of play with the score. Frederick Douglass 19, Madison Central 8. Back with the start of quarter number 2 in just a moment on Glycod.
Year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Keith Elkins along with Sean Woods. We're back at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. A big first quarter for the Douglas Broncos. And we want to tell you for the latest on all things high school athletics, including continuous score updates, visit glycod.com. We enjoy what we do, and we thank you for your support. But a great start for Douglas, Sean.
No doubt about it. Douglas came out on point, set the tone with their pressure. They scored their first 3 with Tamil Wade, and they've been able to get into their pressure nonstop since then, and it's given Madison Central a lot of problems.
So we'll get started in the second quarter with that 19-8 lead on the board for Douglas, and Douglas has possession. Comes into Bennett, challenged by Miles.
Yeah, Madison Central's extending their zone now. Playing the passing lanes.
They handle it out front. Tamia Wade driving, nice bounce pass, and Knowles puts it in.
Great play by Tamia Wade. Give and go between her and Jaylee Knowles.
Ritterkoff's pass across court is deflected by Knowles into the hands of Bennett. Broncos have it again.
Great skip pass right there. Bring it back out.
Wade looks inside, goes to King. Now back outside. Here's Wade from the right side. Missed the shot. Rebound to Madison Central, and then a whistle and a foul in backcourt.
Way to fight, Madison Central, for that rebound. They got to fight like that on every possession.
Brittany Campbell is fouled.
Great
King, that's her second.
Great contribution coming off the bench by Miami King, from Miami King.
Madison Central heads up court. Against that pressure, here's Miles driving for the basket, left it short, and the rebound to Bennett of Frederick Douglass.
Great job challenging the shot without fouling.
In the corner it goes. There's Wade again. And the rebound battle for Okerley. Can't get the shot to fall. Back outside to Wade. Made a nice fake and drives to the right side of the lane. Again off the rim. The battle for it, and finally stuck in underneath.
Douglas is just posing their will in them from an athletic standpoint on the offensive glass. Madison Central's got to do something about that if they want to get back in this basketball game.
Carr with the basket. Makes it 23-8. And now a foul as Strader tries to get into some precious lane territory there. It's been hard to come by.
Yeah, Tamia Wade right there got her hand caught in the cookie jar a little bit. I think that's her second foul.
It is her second. Team second in this second quarter.
Reagan Grogronis is coming in to replace her. That's another three-point threat for Douglas.
Strader starts a drive, pulls up with a shot. Miles goes and gets it for Madison Central.
In order for Madison Central to have a shot, Strader's got to get going.
Tried to go across to Ridrikoff on the wing, and that ball sailed out of bounds, so another Madison Central turnover.
Forced by Frederick Douglass.
Bennett out on top. It's Gorgonis on the left wing. Tried to go inside to Okerley and then scramble for the loose ball.
Yeah, ill-advised pass right there by Reagan. Got to pass that ball in there on the inside with two hands. She left it out with one hand and couldn't control it. Got lucky there.
Foul was on Long, and now Frederick Douglass will put it in play. Bounce pass comes into Knowles, gets the layup.
Great execution down low. Jaylee Knowles snuck in there on the other side of the basket.
4 points for Jaylee Knowles. And now a foul as Madison Central was bringing it up court. It's Strader had the ball and was fouled from behind.
One thing when you play in this style of play, you're going to foul a lot. So therefore, depth has to come into play, and that's what DJ Moberly has. He has great depth on this Frederick Douglass women's basketball team.
5.5 to go before halftime, and Douglass has been in charge from the start, and they lead by 17. Driving is Miles. Goes inside to Brooke Campbell.
It's like everywhere Madison Central goes, there's a Frederick Douglass player.
Just can't get into any kind of a flow.
No, constant pressure, denial, making it tough in every aspect of the game.
Strader gives it up now to Campbell. Tried for the bounce pass on the baseline, but a hand in there to deflect it away, and it'll go back to Madison Central as they've got to start again on the offense. Miles plays it in. Now Brittany Campbell's got it across to Miles. Strader trying to find some room to do something. Now she spins into the lane, makes a nice move, missed the shot, but drew the foul.
Great drive right there by Natalia Strader. She's got to do more of that to keep her girls in this basketball game. Now she's got to go to the line and continue to make her free throws, shooting 65%.
First one just short. Foul was on Carr.
And also on the defensive end, she has to be careful because she's already playing with 2 fouls.
Strader hits the second one. Cross-court pass, Gorgonis open for 3. Rebound, Karam's out. Douglass has got it again.
That's what Karam brings to this basketball team, Keith. She's just a Swiss Army knife. She's a jack of all trades. She can score on the inside. She's got great hands. She brings great energy to their pressure. Not only that, she's great at chasing offensive rebounds down.
Carr dropped it for a moment, but got it back. Now Bennett. Inside it goes, and that's going to cause a scramble. This time we do have a held ball. And it'll go over to Madison Central.
Great defense possession right there. That zone kind of confused Douglass a little bit. Packing it in and then forcing them to really play way beyond the paint.
Miles comes up, gives it to Strader. There's Brittany Campbell open. And the rebound to Knowles.
See there, even though they got a shot up, that's a great possession by Douglass, forcing them to.
Nobody stopped Knowles, and she's got a basket. She'll go to the line.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you how coincidental this is. I was just talking to DJ Moberly about her, what she needs to do to continue with growth and show college scouts her versatility. That was one time right there that I had never seen that. Getting the defensive rebound and going coast to coast with her ball handling and finishing at the rim.
I think that was the 3rd foul on Strader as well.
Unfortunate for Madison Central. It's going to be tough clawing back in this game without their star player and also 11th region player of the year.
Rebound tapped away, but Brittany Campbell grabs it for Madison Central. Driving is Miles, and now a tip and a steal by Knowles. Under she goes and lays it in.
Second lead score in the region right there by just a tenth of a point behind Natalia Strader.
And the lead is 20. Now a collision as Brooke Campbell was driving the lane. And there will be a foul on Nevaeh Major. So Major picks up her first. Nevaeh Major in there for Douglas, 5'6" freshman.
And I'll tell you what you're seeing right now, every one of these young ladies will be back at Frederick Douglass next year. There's not a senior on the court that's playing. The only senior he had was Kate Baker, and unfortunately she got hurt the last game of the season with the ACL injury. 11 points from 1,000.
2 free throws for Brooke Campbell. We get a timeout on the floor, and it comes with 3:12 to go, second quarter. 29-11 the score. Douglas on top. We'll take a break and be right back on Glycod.
Want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
29-11 the score. As Douglas takes over again, 3:12 to go, second quarter. And they have just dominated this ball game from the start, Sean, particularly with that pressure.
I'll tell you what, that's what gets them going. I mean, there's not a women's team that I've seen thus far that can handle their pressure throughout a full course of a game.
There's a drive to the basket, won't fall for Oakerly, but followed in by Knowles.
Good strong move by Oakerly, and then Jaylee Knowles comes in and cleans it up.
Lead back up to 20 for Douglas. It's Brooke Campbell in the middle. Got a good bounce pass to Weberkoff, and then turnover. We'll give it back to Douglas.
Yeah, Tiana Long kind of got spooked a little bit there. Didn't realize she was that open.
2.5 to go first half. Bennett has done a lot of the ball handling to get the offense started. That one through the hands of Major, and the steal results in a layup try by Jordan Miles. She is fouled.
Yeah, those are the things that Frederick Douglass has to stay away from, unforced turnovers. You got to be keen in mentally throughout this whole basketball game.
Kaylee Bennett picks up the foul, and Miles at the line misses the first.
Yeah, Jordan Miles, 5'5" junior, averages 7.8 points a game, shoots 65% from the free throw line, knocks that one down.
Gets the second one to make it 31-12.
She's got to be more aggressive in making plays while Natalia Strader's out. She's capable of doing that. I've seen her before. She's got to figure out a way to finagle her way through this Douglas pressure to make plays for her teammates.
That's to Major on the left side. Bennett's been important to them too, hasn't she? Handling that ball out front.
Yes, she has. She has.
Major made a fake and took an extra step.
Great idea. Good ball fake. Just didn't keep her feet planted. But I tell you what, look at that pressure right there.
Brooke Campbell looking at that pressure, gets it in to Miles. Now they find Brittany Campbell near the middle. Driving is Miles. Shot was blocked by Knowles, but they're going to call her for a foul.
Great drive right there. Good block by Knowles. I thought that was clean.
Jaylee Knowles picks up a foul, her first.
But that's what Jordan Miles has to do for her team right now. She's got to stay aggressive.
No luck for her on that one, as Kay Wood used to say, took a trip around the rim and did not stay in.
Exactly. Do we miss him?
Oh, yes. I get an opportunity to hear his voice on something once in a while. It just makes you miss him even more. But we're fortunate to have great broadcasters to follow our team, and Tom Leach and Jack Givens, but there's no one like Kay Wood.
No doubt about it. No doubt. And I was fortunate to be there, and he did my games. And as a matter of fact, my last college basketball game was his last game calling Kentucky game. So I was very fortunate to get to know him, and with that historic voice, actually said my name.
Here's the shot from outside. That's good. That's Wade again.
Tamir Wade came off the bench. As soon as she gets her opportunity, knocks it down.
Another three-pointer for her. That's 3 that she's made in the game.
35% three-point shooter. Not bad.
We'll be hearing her name an awful lot over the next few years.
Yes, sir.
There's Brittany Campbell for Madison Central. Started to turn the corner there. That is Miles with the jumper and won't go, and Jaylee Knowles has it for Frederick Douglass. Final 35 seconds of the first half. Wade faked, went to Gregonis in the corner. They go back and forth with it. There's Okerley battling inside. Couldn't get it to fall, but Knowles does.
Cleans it up. Okerley makes the other two girls challenge, and Jaylee picks it up and finish it with the garbage bucket.
Final 10 seconds now inside the final 10. Here's the shot by Ritterkoff. Chased down by Okerley, and a long one by Wade. I think that's not going to count. She walked anyway before she let it go, but the clock has run to 0, and 36-12 is the score. It's Frederick Douglass dominating. And Sean, any thoughts on this first half before we send it to break?
I tell you what, Frederick Douglass came out of the gate fighting, and they threw the first punch. And as you see, only 12 points. Madison Central hasn't gotten off the canvas yet.
36-12 the score. Broncos in front. We'll take a break and begin our halftime report in just a moment on Glycod.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Madnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Madnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Madnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Back at halftime at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School, Douglas dominating this girls 11th Region Championship game. They lead Madison Central by a score of 36-12. I'm Keith Elkin, Sean Woods alongside. Chris LeBar is our producer, and John Strange is our camera operator tonight. And Sean, as we've pointed out numerous times, that pressure defense from Douglas allowed them to take charge early. And not that Madison Central wasn't anticipating that, but it was just as though things fell apart very early for them.
Sometimes a juggernaut hits you quicker and harder than others. Tonight, Douglas's pressure and punch was so severe that Madison Central just couldn't recover. And then once Natalia Strader went out with foul trouble, it really put a strain on them on both ends of the court, because the number one player in the region is out, and she's the one who makes them go.
And, of course, we saw them apply the full court pressure, but it wasn't just the full court pressure or backcourt turnovers. Once Madison Central did get into front court, it was very hard for them to do anything offensively, because every pass, it seemed, was contested.
Frederick Douglass makes you think that there's 20 people out on the court because of the active hands and the hustle that they bring. The anticipate passes. That just shows you got to give credit to DJ Moberly of what they do in practice, because as you can see, the tenaciousness that Douglas brings to a basketball game has to start in practice. It just doesn't start in games, and that's the reason why they're having so much success right now, because Madison Central is a pressing team too, but Douglas just has too much, and they got the two X factors in the 8th grader, Tamia Wade, and then also Jaylee Knowles getting most of the offensive rebounds.
Douglas has a number of weapons, and they seem to have a number of answers, too. They've been able to come down, set up in the half court if they need to, or speed it up if they need to do that. And then a lot of times we've seen some shots missed, but there's Jaylee Knowles, so they've got the offensive rebound threat, too.
It's amazing what she does, because she's pretty much the only person that really rebounds the basketball. But now that Peyton Oakley has been implemented into the starting lineup, she kind of helps with that situation. She brings a lot of athleticism, tenacity. She chases down offensive rebounds too. She's the reason why Jaylee Knowles has been getting offensive rebounds, because of her aggressiveness getting to the rim. She's not finishing, but she's creating so much attention to herself, getting the ball close to the rim, that Jaylee's getting the offensive rebounds on the other side.
And this is a really good Madison Central team, so Scott True is trying to rally them here at halftime. They've got a big hole to try to climb out of, but what do they need to try to do in this second half?
First of all, they got to stop turning the basketball over and giving Frederick Douglass transition situations and layups. 2, they got to find they got to continue do a better job of rebounding the basketball, especially on the defensive end. And they got to control Tamia Wade. She's the one who's doing a lot for this team, but Mikayla Bennett, who's been doing a great job also, but they got to match Douglas's energy and effort. Right now, they're a step slow. They're kind of getting back on their heels because of the aggressiveness of Douglas. They got to come out with more confidence in the second half in order to make this thing a basketball game going down the stretch.
We'll take a look at some numbers from the first half in just a moment. But first, we'll take a break and come right back to Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School in just a moment here on Glycod.
Any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Back at halftime with the 36-12 lead for Frederick Douglass on the scoreboard. Tonight's halftime stats are brought to you by Community Action Council, helping people and changing lives. Sean, you've got several categories circled there. What stands out for you about that first half in terms of numbers for these teams?
Well, first of all, you got to look at the turnover situation. Douglas has turned Madison Central over 10 times for 14 points to their 1. Also, they're killing them on the boards right now at 15-8. 8 offensive rebounds to Madison Central's 3. And you got to look at the points here. Jaylee Knowles with 12, Tamia Wade with 12. And for Madison Central, the leading scorer is only 5 with Cameron Renderkoff. And Natalie Strader only has 1 point. So Madison Central's not going to win too many games with their scoring column looking like that, especially against this pressure. Got to be able to contain and sustain from a rebounding standpoint, but also, Keith, got to stop turning the basketball over. Got to be strong with the basketball and at least get the ball up to the rim and give them a chance to score.
Right. We've been talking about the pressure they've faced, but yeah, they've got to handle that and get into the front court, and then you've got to face the extra pressure once you're in your front court offense too. But that's essential if they're to get back into the ball game at all, isn't it?
And I'll tell you what, every person that's come off the bench for DJ Moberly's team has contributed. They've scored 7 points off their bench to Madison Central's 1.
We talked about what Madison Central has to do to try to at least get back into this thing, but now DJ Moberly's got a strong message for his team too at halftime. I'm sure he wants them to keep the pressure on.
Keep the pressure on. Don't think about anything else. Play the same way you did in the first half with the same energy, and you'll be fine.
As we get ready for the second half of our girls 11th region championship game, every team, and when they break out the basketballs in the fall, everybody wants to get to Rupp Arena, and now they're 16 minutes away. If that's the message for Frederick Douglass anyway, and Madison Central, they need to focus on the present right now, and of course Douglass does too, but in the sense of being just 2 quarters away from Rupp Arena, their fans are certainly thinking about that already.
No doubt about it. And to be honest with you, knowing DJ and his team and the makeup mentally of them, they have a chip on their shoulders coming to this game because DJ thought that he should have been Coach of the Year, 11th Region Coach of the Year, with the body of work that he did, and also by Natalia Strader, who really deserved to be Player of the Year. Jaylee Knowles was not too far behind, only a tenth of a point in scoring behind her. Natalia Strader scores 17.9. Jaylee Knowles scores 17.8. And another thing is there's a young lady who hasn't even stepped foot in high school yet, who's making her mark in this basketball game, and her name is Tamia Wade, and she's got to be a force to be reckoned with, and people got to start saying her name more often too.
All right, we'll take a quick break and be back with the start of the second half in just a moment on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Start of the second half, it's 36-12. Frederick Douglass on top, and Frederick Douglass with the basketball as we get going here in quarter number 3.
Jaylee Knowles on a little flex cut action here. Madison Central's coming out with major pressure.
Oakerly had it tapped away from behind, and there's a steal for Madison Central. Campbell picked it up to Ritterkoff.
Now that Natalia Strader has weathered the storm in the first half, maybe she can be more aggressive with her hands, reaching in, getting steals.
Miles with the drive, puts it up with the left hand. Tap back outside. There's Brittany Campbell with the shot, and it's good.
Great start for Madison Central. They needed that. Now they got to get back and stop Douglass in transition.
Douglass up court quickly. Pass deflected. Oakley came up with it, and now Wade drives and scores.
She just takes what the defense gives her. She makes this game look so easy for a youngster.
38-15. Driving is Miles. Oakerly on the defense. On the outside is Brittany Campbell. Got into the lane, but nowhere else to go.
Nowhere to go.
Now driving is Strader. Makes a nice move and dumps it off for Campbell. And then back outside, Miles thought about it. And we'll get a foul called as
reach in on Jaylee Knowles.
Yeah, Jaylee Knowles picks up the foul. That's her second, I believe. Second on Knowles, first one on Frederick Douglass in the third quarter. Strader Driving against Grigonis. Now backs it back out. Campbell started down that right side. Now gets it inside. Strader puts it up and in, and she'll go to the line.
Good tough move by the little big-time player from Madison Central. She's only 5'4", but she plays much bigger than what she really is, as you saw right there.
That's her first field goal tonight.
Yeah, maybe this could get her going.
Well, at the line for one to try to complete the three-point play. Driving is Wade, got under there and made the layup.
She just takes what the defense gives her. She plays with so much savvy and confidence.
Madison Central attacking quickly this time. Campbell backed it out. There's the long one by Ritterkoff, won't go. And a foul as Knowles pulled down the rebound.
Not a bad foul right there. Stopping transition situation because Douglas was looking to throw it out and try to get a quick one down the court before Madison Central set up their defense.
Brooke Campbell with the foul, her second, the first on Madison Central in this third quarter. And now there's a clean steal by Jordan Miles and the layup.
Madison Central needs a lot more of that right there.
Pressure in backcourt, another near steal. Goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Douglas, but they're making some noise with the deflections.
What's that old saying, Keith? Pressing teams don't like to be pressed?
Looked like that the last couple of times up for Douglas.
Yeah, Douglas seemed kind of uncomfortable right there against Madison Central's pressure.
This time they get it up. Knowles took the pass and gives it off now to Wade and back to Bennett. And she'll fire from out there and hits it.
Bingo. So much poise this team has. You never know who's going to make a shot. They're so deep. Another hands-on balls right there by Tamia Wade.
And the ball kicked out of bounds. And it'll go back to Douglas. Yeah, that time Bennett pulled the trigger. We've seen her operate out front a lot of times, not really looking for the shot, but that time she had one and drained it.
She's not a bad shooter. She shoots 33% from three, so she's very capable.
Long back in the ball game for Madison Central, replacing Ritterkoff. Under 5 minutes to go, third quarter.
Douglas can take their time a little bit, keep them spread. Keep driving them. I'm sure Tamia Wade's going to do that right now. Good pass.
Gets it under there to Knowles, but knocked away. Recovered by Wade. Well, finally, Miles comes out with it for Madison Central.
Good fight right there by Madison Central underneath the basket. Coming up with the basketball there.
Strader across the line. Shifted over to the left hand and got the layup driving down the left side of the lane.
Big time move right there by Strader. That's who she is. She's averaging close to 20 points a game.
Now the pass picked off by Miles.
Madison Central's playing with a little more pop right now. Still down 21.
A big hill to climb, but they definitely look like a little bit different team here in the start of the second half. Long one by Miles, spins out of there. And the offensive rebound, the try for the interception by Oakerly, but she was on the end line.
Yep, Madison Central's catching Douglas on their heels a little bit, beating in the balls right now. One thing about young people, handling success is very, very hard. And Douglas has had their way throughout pretty much this whole game. They got to show some maturity here coming down the stretch, sustaining this lead.
And for Madison Central, you're showing a lot of pride after putting together such a great season.
Exactly. You got to have some fight. But now they got their star player who's in the game and able to make some plays. They're right there. She just drew another foul.
She's fouled by Oakerly that time. Her first. Brooke Campbell for Madison Central. Looking things over, and Strader's going to take the long one this time. Bounces off, and here's Douglas in a hurry with Bennett taking it all the way in. Missed the shot. The follow not there.
Great follow-up by Oakley. She hasn't been able to finish him, but I'll tell you what, she's right where she's at the right place at the right time all the time, receiving offensive rebounds. Now she's just got to go to the line and finish and make up for it.
Miles with the foul, her first, and Oakley to the line.
There you go.
Makes the first to make it 44-22. Oakley back to the line. Second one comes out of there, but followed by Knowles, and she's got the basket.
That's what she does when she's long, athletic, using her length to create that offensive opportunity.
And pushes the lead back to 24. Shot by Strader is short and goes out of bounds. Back over to Douglas.
Yeah, it's been that type of night so far for Strader. She's got to keep her head up and keep competing, fighting.
And she came in averaging right at 18 points a game, 17-9. So far for Strader, just a couple of baskets. Here's a shot out of the corner by Wade. The rebound by Knowles. He puts another one in.
Big-time play by big-time player. Jaylee Knowles said, I should have been the player of the year in the 11th region. And let me show you why.
She has done the job tonight, that's for sure.
Yes, she has, on the biggest stage, too.
16 points for Knowles.
Madison Central's had no answer for Jaylee Knowles on the offensive glass.
Campbell with the foul, her third, Brittany Campbell. Knowles comes up empty on the free throw, and Ritterkoff has it for Madison Central. But the lead has grown to 26. It's long driving. And Brittany Campbell driving against Gregonis. That ball knocked out of bounds. It'll go back to Madison Central.
And Madison Central's got to find a way to score. I mean, it's like wherever they go, it's tough. Credit to Douglas's defense.
Pass comes in long to Strader. Now Brittany Campbell. They're trying to get that ball moving and get a good look at it.
Yeah, but
Douglas, so far.
Douglas has just been so solid and active in their half-court pressure.
Strader fakes. Can't find an opening, and now the steal by Wade. Under and the layup.
Another big-time play by Tamia Wade, playing the passing lane.
Strader down the lane. Short jumper, kicks out of there. Madison Central gets it back. Long got the rebound, and now a foul as Brittany Campbell made a drive down the left side of the lane.
I'll tell you what, this is a big-time dominating performance by Frederick Douglass's women. Just posing their will on Madison Central right now.
Bennett with the foul, her second, the fourth on Douglas in this third quarter. With 1:46 left, Brittany Campbell to the line. Makes the first of two. 71% free throw shooter on the year.
She had a pretty good game last game too in the regional semifinal. Quarterfinals.
Pass goes quickly underneath. There's Miami King, and she's got a layup.
Another person on this team that can score, and they're so unselfish too. You see Jaylee Knowles, she could have driven that basketball, but she saw her teammate underneath the basket, got it to her for a wide open layup.
There's a shot by Brooke Campbell from outside, and that's in the bottom.
They need a lot more of that.
Brooke Campbell with a three, and we get a timeout with 1:23 to go in the third quarter. 52-27 is the score. Frederick Douglass on top, and we'll take a break and come right back on Glycod.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Keith Elkins along with Sean Woods here at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. Girls 11th Region Championship, and Frederick Douglass has had its way in this one. 52-27 they lead. Madison Central came in on a 7-game winning streak since losing to Douglass back on February 7th, but that score was only 64-58. This one has just been all Douglass.
Well, Douglass come out playing with a sense of urgency, and it's showing right now. I mean, not taking one play off, not one possession off, and the energy and effort that they're bringing has just been too much for Madison Central thus far.
Well, Douglass facing some full court pressure will put it in play.
I mean, Madison Central's got to try to press a little bit just to create some turnovers like that to have a chance to get back in this game.
You get a takeaway from Carr, and now Madison Central on the attack. Bounce pass along the baseline, stolen away, and now it's in the hands of Wade. Here she comes into the middle of the lane, finds Carr, and sinks it as she goes by.
Great team play right there. Good play made by Tamia Wade. And Nia Carr, great finish.
Jordan Miles with it. Strader thought about the outside shot.
Jaylee Knowles' long arms kind of deterred that.
She did get the shot away over the hands of Knowles and came up short on it. Knowles taking it all the way after the rebound. It spins around, drops through the hoop, and she'll go to the line again.
Big time play by Jaylee Knowles. Got a hand on that jump shot of Natalia Strader. Got the rebound, took it coast to coast for the second time. She's showing some of her versatility tonight.
Foul was on Campbell, Brittany Campbell, her fourth. Knowles with the free throw.
30-point lead, Keith.
30 points, that's the margin. Final seconds of the third quarter ticking away. Madison Central been looking for answers. Gave it a good effort here at the start of the third quarter to try to fight their way back into it, but Douglass has just not allowed that to happen.
No, they just keep coming at you in waves.
Brooke Campbell finally takes it as time runs out, and no scoring on that possession, and we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Frederick Douglass 57 and Madison Central 27. Back with the fourth quarter in just a moment on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Fourth quarter of action coming your way now from Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. Glad you joined us on Glycod. This is the girls' 11th Region Championship, and Frederick Douglass has claimed it for theirs since the start of the ball game tonight, and they've run up a big lead. They were up by 24 at the half and now up by 30 as we start the fourth quarter.
DJ told his team, play this last quarter like it's the first quarter.
Brooke Campbell down to Strader. Driving and gets the basket and also drew the foul. So go to the line. Wade with the foul.
And Natalia Strader, she's trying to do all she can to help her basketball team right now, but she's got an uphill battle. Great move against the 8th grader.
Puts in the free throw, so a three-point play for Madison Central to start this fourth quarter. Carr gets it over to King. Strong move inside, but too strong off the backboard. And then Knowles looking for a foul, didn't get one.
Tough defensive stop right there by Madison Central. Let's see if they can get something good in this possession here.
Skylar Collinsworth in the ball game for Madison Central. Came up with that ball. She's got it now, and then over to Ritterkoff.
They're trying to get the ball in the middle of the paint to Strader. She's 5'4", but she's posting up like she's 6'4".
Now we'll get a foul from behind, it looks like. That's on Bennett. That is her third. Just the second within the first minute here on Douglas in the fourth quarter. Miles operating in that right corner. Back out on top to Brooke Campbell. Now they find Strader. Strong move to the basket. Won't go in for her. She got it back. Couldn't get it to fall. And Knowles got it for Frederick Douglass. Here comes Carr. And Bennett steps back, fires. The rebound, Carr has it blocked by Ritterkoff. Going to go out of bounds to Madison Central.
They got lucky there. Douglas had numbers. Just missed the three-point shot.
Jordan Miles for Madison Central. Now a shot out of the corner. That one by Collinsworth is blocked. Here comes Douglas. Knowles got the block, and now Wade handling the ball out front. Aggressive with the defense there. The pass floated for King on the inside, but knocked away out of bounds. Douglas will have to trigger it in from underneath its own basket. Somebody's got to throw it in.
Somebody's got to step out, don't they?
All right, we're going to get a timeout now with 6:18 to go, and they'll decide on the out-of-bounds play during the timeout. 57-30 is the score, and we'll take a break and come right back on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Gorgonis did play it in for Douglas successfully, so they got that straightened out, and now the Broncos handling the ball. The pass from Wade is tipped away, but she got it back. Wade moving from right to left, missed the shot, got it back, missed again, still got it. A held ball, and that will be back to Frederick Douglass. Gorgonis will throw it in.
Good defensive stance right there versus Tamia Wade. She's been having her way all night.
That one nearly got away from Carr, but she tracked it down. Under 6 minutes to go now as Douglas works with it patiently on offense. Miles trying to put some pressure on Tamia Wade. King wants to drive to the basket, got it.
Good high-low action. They backed off thinking that she was going to throw it to Jaylee Knowles, and she kept it and finished the basket at the rim.
Miami King with the basket makes it 59-30. There's Miles. And then the long shot from Campbell, and she nails another one. That's great. Campbell.
Another shot from the same spot.
Couple of threes for Brooke Campbell in this second half. As we cross the 5-minute mark, the lead 26 for Frederick Douglass.
Just keep the floor spread. Make them pay for their aggressiveness. You got to be strong with your ball.
Wade with the shot. Got it back though. And the ball knocked away from Carr by Campbell. Then Ritterkoff picked it up off to Strader, driving for the basket, put it in, and drew the foul.
Once she gets to her 2 feet, she's tough to stop.
So to the line is Strader. That one settles into the basket for her. Natea Strader makes it 59-36. And Madison Central will try to put some backcourt pressure on Douglas this time. Tapped away from Bennett, but she got it back and comes up court. All the way into the lane, off to Okerly, and her shot's blocked, and Strader came down with it, and she's fouled by King.
Good block right there.
King's third foul.
They're up 23 points and still pressing like they're down 23.
Miles takes it into front court for Madison Central. Brittany Campbell working, lost the ball, but got it back. There's Ritterkoff with a strong move and finishes it off.
I've been waiting for her to join this party. She's been kind of quiet thus far tonight, and that's one of the reasons why Madison Central's having a hard time scoring.
Unofficially 7 for Ritterkoff. Douglas works it in, but then the shot by King is blocked. Here comes Miles, tapped away from behind by King. Strader came up with it, and King committed the foul.
Another competitive defensive stance right there by Madison Central.
Fourth one on King, and that's the fifth one on Douglas. To the line is Natea Strader. She has battled her way to unofficially 12 points today, and it has been a battle.
She's doing all she can do. This is her senior year, maybe her last game, the last game of her career, Keith, and she's trying to leave it all out on the floor tonight.
Sinks another one. And the lead at 19 now, but just 3:36 to go. Here comes Bennett for the basket and floats it in there.
Big time floater by Bennett there.
Ritterkoff back outside to Miles. Underneath it goes. The shot won't fall.
Oakley got the rebound.
Head to Bennett, and Bennett is fouled. That foul is going to be on Ritterkoff. First foul on Ritterkoff today, and the first one on Madison Central in this fourth quarter. So Douglas will play it in. Grigonis to do that chore. Still looking, and now finally floats it into backcourt where Bennett goes and gets it. Down the lane, another floater. Drew the foul.
Great aggressive move right there by Makaylee Bennett.
And that is 5 fouls on Brittany Campbell, a senior for Madison Central, so she has fouled out of this ball game, greeted by her teammates and her coach over there. She goes to the bench with 2:57 to go.
Yeah, that's Madison Central's leading rebounder right there, averaging over 5 rebounds a game and 10.9 points a game.
Bennett with the free throw.
Unfortunately, this may be her last game of her career, being a senior.
And gets the second, Bennett does. Strader working against the Douglas defense. Floats it down, intended for long, but it sails out of bounds, and it'll go back to Douglas with 2:47 left.
Yeah, sometimes with great pressure to make you do things like that.
Broncos take their time getting it up court. Here's the shot off the right side. No good by Oakerly. And back to Douglas it goes as Brooke Campbell tried to get rid of it. So Bennett will throw it in for the Broncos. Takes it back. Strader with the tap from behind. Miles picked it up. And Bennett knocked it away as they went down court. It'll be retained by Madison Central after the steal. And we'll see Major back in the ball game for Douglas. He saw action earlier.
Good job and good toughness by Oakerly.
Here's Miles out of the deep corner. And the rebound by Grigonis and a foul. That'll be on Ritterkoff.
Yeah, Ritterkoff's had a tough night tonight.
Well, the next game for the region winner is Wednesday, so you got at least a little bit of time to celebrate a win if you take this one, as Douglas is going to. Here's Major with the drive, came up short. Always such a quick turnaround in tournament play. You play and then you can't spend too much time celebrating.
No, you can't. Got to get ready for Sweet 16.
Nevaeh Major with the miss at the free throw line. She'll have another try. And of course, a lot of these teams have high expectations as they come in, but still, what a great honor and a great experience to get to play in the Sweet 16.
No doubt about it, and nobody more deserving than DJ Moberly. And look at here.
There was a steal by Bennett as she stayed back there and made the deflection in the steal and got the layup, and she'll go to the line.
They just continue to break your heart. They just keep you on your heels. You cannot relax against this Douglas team.
So McKaylee Bennett, 11 points today and stepping to the line, trying to complete a three-point play. And that free throw is good. Strader. And a long one by Ritterkoff. Chased down in the corner. Good hustle by Long, but a little bit too late. Out of bounds, and it'll go back to Douglas.
I tell you what,
substitutes for Madison Central now.
Just watching this game and just thinking back about talking about DJ Moberly. I mean, he's come from humble beginnings and has really taken advantage of this opportunity of being the head coach, coming from middle school, and in 3 years really getting this team back to the Sweet 16. And I'm sure there's some people in Lexington, Kentucky that are really proud of him. And I know one guy for sure that's proud of his former player at Bryan Station. That's Coach Bobby Washington.
The drive and the walking call on Major. Skylar Collinsworth is in there for Madison Central. Abby King is in the ball game. Final minute and a half. That one out of bounds. It'll go back to Douglas.
Yeah, it's time, DJ. Empty the bench a little bit. These girls are deserving. They gave you a dominant performance tonight.
So a lot of subs in the ball game now. We see Caroline Kaufman in for Madison Central. Tiana Tishner in the ball game for Douglas. Major is still out there.
No, Major just went to the bench. No, she's still in. Yep.
Wooten is in there. Marnita Wooten, number 34 for Douglas. Here's a drive by Carr. That one won't go. Abby King on the move for Madison Central. Minute 10 to go. Running that weave, just getting a chance to get some tournament action.
Even the subs coming out with great energy defensively. Look at Tiana Tishner.
Try on the back door there. No basket, but a foul, and we'll see some free throws. First one on Wooten. Kaufman to the line, sinks it. So Caroline Kaufman is in the box score as having scored in this regional championship game.
Yep, sophomore guard.
Second one short. And Douglas up with it as near the 45-second mark. Strong drive to the basket. Shot won't fall. It'll be an opportunity for free throws for Aaliyah Cheek.
Leah Cheek, another sophomore. Big-time aggressive move right there.
Cheek 5'6", has seen action in 17 games this year for Douglas. And she's in the scoring column as well. It's her first successful free throw attempt of the season. Talia Haslin in the ball game for Madison Central, along with Atlin Stam, as Coach Scott True has cleared his bench. 24, Bailey Murphy on the floor now for Madison Central.
When you say defense wins basketball games, defense definitely won this basketball game tonight, just with the tenacity and relentlessness and much activity from DJ Moberly's defense.
They really turned it into points and really disrupted Madison Central at the offensive end, at Madison Central's offensive end.
And one of the keys tonight was turning great offense from their defense and making layups, and they did that tonight.
8 seconds to go. 68-41 is the score. Looks like that'll be the final. Abby King dribbles it out, and that's the ball game. The final score is Frederick Douglass 68 and Madison Central 41. Frederick Douglass is headed for Rupp Arena and the girls' Sweet 16 after a tremendously strong performance in this one. They took charge early, Sean, and they never let up, and they have turned that into a trip to the Sweet 16.
They came out like a bunch of scavenging dogs, Keith.
Yes, they did.
And I'm talking about right from the jump, and they didn't stop pressing till the final buzzer sounded. That lets you know what type of program and how hungry DJ Moberly's team was tonight.
Well, yeah, they kept it up even after they built the big lead. There was never any letdown. There were a couple of transition baskets for Madison Central early in the second half, but that didn't amount to much, and Douglas quickly regained command and kept it the rest of the ball game. So just an impressive performance all the way around.
No doubt about it. He never let his foot off the gas, never gave them any type of confidence to make them think that they had a chance tonight, and that started right from the jump.
And we will begin our post-game report in just a moment. 68-41 the final. Douglas wins it. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
68-41 the final, an impressive win for Frederick Douglass tonight here at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. The post-game presentations will be going on for a while, but Sean, you would think this Frederick Douglass team is going to be really hard to contend with at the Sweet 16 if they can force teams out of their game and also get those transition points like we saw tonight.
They just come at you at waves, and their defense and their pressure, it just gets to you, and they never let up. You know what I mean? They're like a pack of ants. Excuse me, but they just it's just so much that they bring, and you can't get them off of you. You know, it's everywhere you go, there's somebody. Every time you try to make a pass, there's a hand involved. Every time you think you buy somebody, they're coming back with back tips. That's just a credit to DJ Moberly and what he's instilled into these kids and the culture that he's built there at Frederick Douglass High School.
And even when you put enough pressure on them that they miss, there's Jaylee Knowles a lot of times to clean up, and she knows what to do with it down there.
No doubt about it, but I like the way they pick and choose when they do drive, which they always draw the five-man, and when the five-man has to come help, whether you make it or miss, you always leave room for an offensive rebound on the other side.
Yeah, the versatility of this Douglass team, they seem to have the players who can apply the pressure. They have Knowles underneath and a very effective inside player. We saw Bennett, she had ignored the three most of the night and got their offense started, but there was one time there they left her open and she just nailed the three and had a good touch at the free throw line too. So a lot of different weapons.
No doubt about it. I mean, there's not one weak link that comes into this game for DJ Moberly. And as you can see today, I mean, you think you got a key on Jaylee Knowles, then you got to worry about Tamia Wade. You worry about Tamia Wade, then you got McKaylee Bennett. And then you got energy players like Peyton Okerley, Miami King, Reagan Gregonis, who stepped in for Kate Baker as far as the three-point threat, and she's making shots and make you pay when you do sink in on Jaylee Knowles or try to, draw in for Tamia Wade. And then also, Nia Carr comes in and is very, very productive. Navia Major comes in and is very, very productive. So DJ's got 9 or 10 young ladies that are all interchangeable, all stay in attack mode, and they just flat out get after you on the defensive end.
And, of course, with every tournament game, with the exception of the district final, somebody's season comes to an end. Today it was Madison Central. What a great season they had, 28-2 coming into this game. They finished 28-3. 2 of the losses were to Frederick Douglass, and it's a tough day for them today, but they have had a wonderful season.
Natalia Strait has had a great career. She was the 11th, region player of the year. She scored over 1,000 points in her career. This year she's had two double-doubles, 15 times scoring 20 points or more, 2 times scoring 30 points or more. and she was third on the team with 23 threes, but it wasn't enough to go against the juggernaut of the Frederick Douglass Lady Broncos.
68-41, they win it. Our post-game report will continue in just a moment on Glycod.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Back at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School, the presentation's wrapping up now, honoring the champion Frederick Douglass Broncos and, of course, the runner-up Madison Central Indians after Frederick Douglass posted a 68-41 victory in this championship game tonight. Let's take a look at some of the numbers from tonight's game. A look at tonight's final numbers presented by Community Action Council, helping people and changing lives. For Frederick Douglass tonight, led in scoring by Jaylee Knowles with 19 points, 9 out of 12 from the field tonight. She also had 11 rebounds for a double-double. And then she was backed up by Tamia Wade with 18 points, and then 12 for McKaylee Bennett tonight, including 5 for 5 from the free throw line. She was 3 of 6 from the field for Bennett tonight. And so 3 Douglass players in double figures. And then beyond that, Gregonis had 3 tonight. Nia Carr had 4, and 5 points for Peyton Okerley. 5 points also for Miami King in the ball game, and 2 for Aaliyah Cheek to round out the Broncos scoring as they win at 68-41. Tough night offensively for Madison Central, but they were led in scoring by Natea Strader, who wrapped up a terrific career at Madison Central. She came in averaging 18 points a game. She's 11th Region Player of the Year. Tonight she had 14, 4 for 12 from the field tonight, and 6 of 7 from the line. Also pulled down 5 rebounds in the ball game to lead Madison Central in scoring tonight. 14 points for Natea Strader. Some of the stats that jump out at you are the points off turnovers. Madison Central getting second chance point, or Frederick Douglass rather, getting second chance points. 22 second chance points to 9 for Madison Central, and 35 rebounds for Frederick Douglass tonight to just 20 for Madison Central. But they forced some turnovers, 16 in the ball game for Madison Central and 13 in the game for Frederick Douglass tonight, as the Broncos win it by a score of 68-41, and they had 10 steals in the game tonight and 11 for Madison Central, but Douglass really forced the turnovers there in the early going and really built up that big lead. They led 36-12 at the half tonight and went on to win it tonight by a score of 68-41. Now we can take a look at tonight's most outstanding players, presented by Elite Building Products, locally owned and committed to providing top quality products for your next home project. Visit EliteKentucky.com or stop by their Nicholasville showroom at 242 Wilson Drive. Most outstanding player for Madison Central is Natea Strader. Mentioned her numbers a moment ago, 14 points and 5 rebounds, and ending a standout career at Madison Central with the loss tonight, but she is our most outstanding player for the Indians. And for Frederick Douglass, our most outstanding player tonight is Jaylee Knowles. Jaylee Knowles, 9 of 12 from the field tonight, 19 points, 11 rebounds, and she was a real force under that basket. Also had a hand in several of the deflections and steals tonight for Frederick Douglass, which made that offense go. So Strader for Madison Central and Knowles for Frederick Douglass, our outstanding players for tonight, and the Broncos win it 68-41. We'll take a break and come back, and we hope to have some special guests for you in just a moment as our postgame report continues here on Glycod.
Any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Paul Lawrence Dunbar, and before we go to Sean Woods and a whole roster of special guests, let's take a look at our upcoming schedule brought to you by New Vista. They see the good ahead. One big game coming up. That's the 11th Region Boys Championship game at Dunbar Tuesday night, 7 o'clock tip. It'll be Great Crossing against Frederick Douglass. We're all looking forward to that one. Right now, Sean Woods is in the middle of the celebration. Let's go to Sean.
Keith, I'm over here with the 11th Regional Lady Champs, the Douglas Women Broncos, with Jaylee Knowles, Tamia Wade, Macaulay Bennett, Reagan Gregonis, and Miami King. First, Jaylee, I know you had a chip on your shoulders a little bit. You and Natalia Strait have been jockeying for position as far as the leading scorers in the region, but you got the main deal. You won the 11th regional title. What's it feel like, especially going against her and beating her in this type of game? I'm sorry.
I mean, there's not no smoke between me and her. She's a good player, I'm a good player, so it just came down to who played hard this 40 minutes, and I guess we found out who that was, so.
Gregan, you guys lost Kate, and you guys didn't know what was going to happen, but I think you guys got better because you got quicker, and nobody knew that you were going to step up like you did, especially down this stretch, making threes like she did. Talk about it a little bit.
I think we all learned how to play our role and fill in Kate's spot and shoot when we're open, give it to the bigs, just fill in.
I'll tell you what, now let's get over here to Macaulay Bennett. Macaulay, you stepped up too big time. You know, your name ain't been called that much, but during tournament time, you've played real big. What's it been like, and what was it about playing in a tournament that brought the best out of you?
I mean, it was just, I don't know. I was just excited, and I don't know. I just got excited.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Miami, you brought great energy to the table too. What's this feeling feel like, winning the regional title and also getting an opportunity to go down to Rupp Arena and play in the Sweet 16?
It feels good, especially because I've never been, so it's really an opportunity to be here.
Well, I'm a point guard, and I love point guards, and I love young point guards, and everybody knows who's been my favorite player thus far. No, not knocking anybody here, even men or women. But this young lady here, Tamia Wade, brings something else to the table, and you've been great for this basketball team thus far. Explain what this feeling feels like, winning this regional championship and having an opportunity to play in the Sweet 16.
I mean, we're a family, and I feel like everybody, like Reagan said, we play our roles, and DJ puts a lot of pressure on all of us. Even if he's yelling at us, it's with love and everything, and we wouldn't have done it without the team and our coaches and our families.
What's unique about you is you don't go to school with these young ladies. When you leave practice, you got to get to practice because what? You going to middle school, right? And you got to meet them every practice. Even if they have a pep rally at a game, you got to miss it. But when it's time to step on the court and the lights come on, you come to play every single night.
I just handle business when business is needed to be handled. And I feel like tonight was that night. We all had to show what we got, and we all did that.
Well, Jaylee, you get another opportunity to go to the Sweet 16 and continue to make a name for yourself. What's it feel like knowing in a week or so you're going to be playing on the big stage?
It's so exciting. We've been talking about it since the beginning. Like, we just had to play our hardest, and that's all we wanted was to make it through. So now that we're there, it's really exciting.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the 11th region champions, the Douglas Lady Broncos. And then all at once, I want everybody to throw their hands up and say, we are the champions. Guys, you got that? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
We're the champions.
And we'll be back with Glycod in just a moment.
All right, thank you, Sean. Great way to wrap things up tonight as Douglas celebrates its region championship, a 68-41 win over Madison Central here in the final game tonight. That will do it for us this evening. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast on Glycod, and for our producer Chris Labar, and for our camera operator John Strange, and for Sean Woods, I'm Keith Elkins. Thanks again for joining us. Again, the final score in the girls Region 11 championship game, it was Frederick Douglass 68 and Madison Central 41. Good night from Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball, presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.